Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a stunning one out there. I appreciate you all stopping in and checking in. Today, we're going to return to the band Embryo. We just listened to their full album, Opal, a little bit ago, but we're going to listen to this track off of their album, Off, which was released actually quite recently. I'm trying to pull that up on their Bandcamp. 2021. Is when this specific album was released. We're going to listen to the track Januar, which is the longest track here on the album, clocking at around 16 minutes. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Tony. So Tony, thank you so much for the recommendation, and thank you so much for the suggestion. You said that this is actually quite different from the previous version of the band, and so you said to go ahead and give a look at the information underneath on their Bandcamp, so I'm doing so right now. Pull this up for you guys to see. It says the late Christian Bouchard, who founded the band in '69, loved the slogan "Off," German for up, or keep on going. Anyone with anything more than a passing interest in the German krautrock scene in the '70s and '80s knows that Bouchard followed that intent all around the world, tirelessly seeking out new sounds and inspirations. Madlib, I think that this is so interesting. Madlib has often said Embryo is his favorite rock band. Of course, the hip-hop producer with the deepest musical knowledge knows Embryo is more than just a rock band. Can I say something really quick? Okay, so Madlib is one of the, within the rap and hip-hop scene, most prolific and well-known hip-hop producers. And can I just say that that's a testament to what I don't think a lot of people or enough people know about rap and hip-hop, is that especially the producers, they have such a wealth of knowledge. They are the ones that are trawling through the vinyl records, looking for samples of such and finding different sounds to put together. I think that's incredible. That's just so unique. When Marja Bouchard, Christian's daughter, who grew up with Embryo and toured with them for years, took the reins of the ensemble after his death in 2018, she started recording what would become this album. It was recorded over the course of 2 years, finishing it in the throes of the pandemic in 2020. She approached Madlib and Egon, who had visited and jammed with Bouchard and Embryo musicians years ago, with the idea to issue this album on Madlib's label. Definitively, it was a yes. And so here it is, continuing it on from there. So Marja is continuing the band. I love that. That she's continuing the music of the band. Now, how will this compare to Opal? Because Opal, I gave it a little bit of a mixed review. It was interesting in parts, but not a favorite. So let's go ahead and see how this stacks up to it with the track Januar. It's already treading a different ground than previously. That's good. That's sleek and sneaky. Ooh, completely different. That is so defiantly jazzy and mildly unconventional. I love that. Such a snaky, dark, charming of a rhythm. So mystical. I like this Eastern influence that's involved here. Clearly so different from what we've heard. Spidery. Really, really good. Sleek as a cat, man. Sleek as a cat. That could pretty much be a track unto itself if it wanted to end right here. But the bass keeps things going a little bit. like how the drums fall into line with this bass rhythm as the musicians kind of realign themselves into this new groove. It's a good way of transitioning. I love that fading in and out, that pull and push, that organ. That's that Canterbury scene organ right there. God, it always sounds good, man. Man, you can just settle with this. You can just settle down with this. Lovely, immaculate flow. This is the moment, by the way. Blossom moment. Some vibes to tickle us and carry us out. This is wonderful. like the third track within this track. Rushing towards that ending for a climax. I hear it coming. What an absolute brilliant piece of jazz and piece of music. That's a 10 out of 10. In the last 10 seconds, I added that to my playlist. This was incredible. This was 16 minutes and 43 seconds, in my opinion, of just absolute bliss. This is, to me, there's many types of jazz that I like, but this is one of the few that this is one of the types that I really just listen to and enjoy. Something that sounds modern, right? It definitely doesn't sound like a 70s kind of jazz track or 60s or anything like that. And yet it does have that form. It has that loose, slight improvisation, kind of like Miles Davis handing out notes to the musicians and saying, okay, we're going to kind of play here, but otherwise let's kind of play around with this, right? It sounds like that, but the musicians are so top tier and so in tune and in line with each other that you can feel that instant musical connection in which, yes, they're improvising, I'm sure, but like there's just that that seamless connection and just link between them all that makes this an incredible piece of music to listen to. The light but dense formation of it all, the way that everyone is stacked on top of each other, is so wonderful to listen to. And I love how there's so much jazz that's like this, and a lot of younger musicians coming out and performing music like this that, yes, it's clearly in form of classics like 70s jazz in their heyday, but making it their own, bringing in another type of energy and sometimes culture here. You know, you have the starts with an S. What's that instrument? Here it is from Miss Bouchard. The Santer playing her playing that. Bring in Eastern influences. Bands like Jabi, which made my album of the year a few years ago. Like just really unique and interesting. Also very interesting to note that this is completely different from Opal. This is completely different than the album that we listened to. And obviously there's lineup changes and such. There's, you know, obviously Christian's daughter taking over here. But it's really interesting how different it sounds. And yet in a somewhat way, you can still hear that distant echo of the heartbeat from the original makeup still beating and still resounding into the walls of this piece here with the new lineup. Kind of like, I haven't listened to any of like the modern stuff, but I know that gong is still around in a different form than the 70s and such, you know? So it's just really interesting when you have bands like that continue on and change and somehow keep things the same. Okay. Absolutely brilliant lineup here with the musicians and what everyone is playing. I'm just going to put you guys up here so you can see as well. So Marjorie Bouchard is handling organ, the Rhodes, synth, vibraphone. We heard a little bit of that tickling in here. Trombone, Santer, which we heard in the beginning, and percussion and drums. She is a multi-instrumentalist and clearly a creative giant within at least the context of this of the band and this project. And the way that she plays is immaculate. In the very beginning of this track, of course, we heard the Santer being played and setting up a wonderful Eastern kind of sound and scene, and yet distinctly rooted in, of course, just, you know, kind of Western jazz. And then you have bass performed by Maisel Meyer, bass, guitar, sax. I mean, all of them are playing multiple instruments. I've never heard of a cumbus before. Give me a little Google on that if you don't mind. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like it's like a Turkish banjo, perhaps, like something like that. Like that's what it looks like. It's a cumbus ode solo. I just want to see like or hear distinctly what sound it plays. I just want to hear. We're gonna just be loading. Okay. So you know what? It's very possible that this is what was played in the beginning of the track instead. It very well could have been that instead of what I was thinking of with the Santer there. But regardless, wonderful sound from there. I forgot to bring you guys back here. Guitar, Jan Weissenfeld, Wolfie Schlick, flute. We heard some of that. Sax, drums. I mean, like, just an absolute wonderful smorgasbord, if I can use that word, of sounds and musicians and, you know, creative juices that are continually flowing in this track. Can I tell you, this whole thing to me, perfect 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 track. Absolutely. But I need to find my favorite part in here. I want to say it was around 10 minutes. I hate when I don't look at exactly at the time when it happens, but I want to say it was around 10 minutes or so. This was just, yes. Oh, yes. The way that horn is playing there, which to me almost sounds like a flugelhorn-esque kind of sound. It kind of reminds me of John Hassel. I just muted myself. It kind of reminds me of John Hassel. Those long, elongated, sustained notes that just duck in and out of the shadows of the atmosphere. It is perfect. It is sensationally satisfying to listen to. Now, obviously, that's not going to be flugelhorn. I would imagine, I'm guessing, it could be Wolfie, or maybe a Sasha playing trumpet. I don't know, but whoever's playing in that particular moment, that is blissful. That is a perfect moment. And I love how, while that's happening, the bass line, it has not a passive groove. It's actually quite actively grooving back there, and almost at odds with that long sustained, almost ambient kind of line from that. But I love the way it plays there. To me, almost kind of sounding like a cityscape at night, like some sort of urban decay or something. It just has this really brilliant sound. And of course, there's this track is just chock full of moments that are just out of this world. But that was just the one that really got to me. And the track being 60 minutes long, of course, it's going to have different transitions and such. And there, you could clearly hear them. To me, it basically sounded like there were 3 distinct movements in this piece, because you did hear where the music would kind of slow down, kind of change, and shift and fade in, fade out with the musicians. There's one moment where the was it the bass or the drums? It was the bass. The bass transitioned into a new groove, and it felt like the drums kind of were transitioning with it, kind of playing a little bit of a catch up. And then when they locked in, then the rest of the musicians, in a symbolic way, not literally, seemed to almost be retuning their instruments. Maybe the guitar would play a little something just to kind of hold everyone in the audience over. And, one of the instruments would retune, and they switch back and forth. And then they all hopped onto that new section, a new groove. Just really, really wonderful playing and really wonderful connection between them all. This is all day, every day. I would absolutely listen to this. What a brilliant piece of music. And like I said, so interesting. That's so completely different from what we had heard earlier with Opal. Yeah, love to hear what you guys think of this one in the comments down below. I'll, of course, link the Bandcamp here for the album in the video. And thank you so much, Tony, for the recommendation. Brilliant suggestion with this one. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you all later. Bye. Oh, I would absolutely. I'm looking at merch now. I would absolutely wear one of these. They're all sold out. This would be like, I love that deep red kind of color, but I would love these. That would look nice. I like that a lot. Man, I would love this brown. That brown and that artwork, I like that a lot. This red's good too. This is from their Opal. Remember? Here, I'll pull you guys back up. I didn't even have the screen up. I'm sorry. This is what I'm looking at. I didn't even have the screen up. I think that this is just absolutely brilliant. I love that color, that shirt. And then this is what I was saying. This is from Opal, from the artwork there. Let me pull it back up here for you. I'm just taking you guys off my screen really quick in case you forgot what it looked like. There's the album cover for Opal that we listened to. And naturally, there is that in the artwork there. That's really cool. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.